Cheers, Dave. Sorry about that, my good man. Look, you were saying that you're concerned, I think, about them weaponising the child sexual abuse for political gain. Is that right?
Yeah. One of the biggest things in our country, and what we were saying earlier on about using the Australian model, for example, what people have to understand is that as a nation, be it Britain, Scotland and Ireland or England, we have a problem dealing with this subject. When I say we, I'm talking about the general public. That is the biggest weapon that the government have, is that there's not enough people speaking out. Now, what this guy's done today, Keir Starmer, is basically, as you've said yourself, Patrick, he shot himself in the foot. Because if you look at Twitter, 80% of people who responded on Twitter were Labour members who talk about, one person said that this is cheap in politics. Now, hang on a minute. How do you think the survivors feel with that kind of language? 80% that responded on Twitter all say, we don't talk about this kind of thing. And a couple of people even used the word gutter. This is an insult to survivors who have had to live with this all their life. I mean, what kind of focus groups are dealing with this and giving this kind of guidance to the Labour Party, opening up this can of worms and not expecting a response from survivors? Now, I said on Twitter today that there is now, Patrick, more survivors of historical child sex abuse in prison than there is paedophiles. That shows that the justice system is broken, completely broken.
Yeah, it does. And clearly it's survivors who are let down in the moment, so at the time when this horrible abuse is taking place, and then in their lives that follow, that would indicate, wouldn't it, as well? And we're seeing this time and time again. Look, the grooming gang issue is something that we have been very, very focused on here at GB News. We've done a lot of work on and doing our best to try to expose it and try to get certain things done about it. And I know that recently the Conservative government said that they were really going to try to look into it even more. But do you just feel as a nation that we shy away from tackling the very real issue of rampant paedophilia and rampant child sexual abuse in this country, and that, frankly, neither political party should be trying to claim that they've actually got a grip of this thing and they're the ones that really care about the kids?
Well, not the only ones that care, they're the only ones that can actually do something about it. Because what we have in this country is, and I want to be careful not to tear away from any people doing the good work, when we talk about the grooming gangs, we look at the care system. The number of people who are coming out the care system, we've now got more under 25s in prison. We've got more kids on drugs. People are coming out the care system, and the speed, Patrick, the speed at which some of these kids are getting through the social services, the justice system with lawyers and judges. Why? Because they don't like to talk about it. As soon as you mention child sex abuse, it's a fact. We are treated worse than criminals because nobody wants to take and listen to the real hard stories of what we suffered. And it makes it so easy for the grooming gangs. It makes it so easy for survivors to be exploited by various different groups.
Yeah, indeed. Look, I really appreciate you coming on, Dave. Thank you very, very much. And hopefully we chat again soon. Dave Sharp there, who is a child sex abuse survivor and a campaigner, taking an incredibly dim view of Keir Starmer's, or the Labour Party's, decision to go and tweet out that Rishi Sunak doesn't care whether or not paedophiles go to prison. I mean, when you look at Rotherham, we spoke to Michael Crick as well before that, didn't we? Just saying this is going to absolutely open the floodgates for people now to go, all right, what's Labour's record on this? Because, spoiler alert, it's not good.